Patriot colonies on the prairies. Because these people, they stick to themselves, and I don't blame them. But they were out at the end of their driveways. Sometimes there'd be 20 of them, sometimes there'd be 100, depending on the size of the colonies. I never realized that there were so many colonies out there, and they supported us. And on another note on that one, everywhere you went, people wanted to give you stuff and feed you. I said this yesterday, I'll never eat another ham and cheese sandwich on white bread that's frozen. Unless I'm hungry, of course. But I don't know, for some reason that seemed to be the theme all the way to Ottawa. But the Hutterites at Winnipeg, they set up to feed us. We were going to the Flying J. And at the Flying J, they decided they didn't want us, the cops didn't want us, because there was too many of us. Yeah, we ran into a few things with the police on the way too. So, you know what the Hutterites did? They'd already set up, they had all the food ready to feed us as we arrived. They packed it up, they drove across Winnipeg, they went out, I don't even remember where, some small town, and they, my memory's not always so good. Just ask Nick, I always get him to give me information. Any rate, they set up in Kenora then, and they were waiting for us, and they fed us, and it was bloody cold. I know, because that night in my van, my heater gave out, and it was 30 below, and I was frozen. Did I quit? No, that was just the start. So we made it to Ottawa. I'm going to skip forward to Ottawa. There was no real communication, unfortunately. There was trucks setting up all over the place, but we had a camp, and we had nothing at this camp because we were isolated. We were on the McDonald Parkway, which is just west of the Parliament buildings, but I mean, quite a bit west, probably a half-hour walk. And we had nothing there. We didn't even have coffee. And people's, no bathrooms either. That's not important to me because I had a van. So all of a sudden the locals started finding out that we had nothing there. And I mean nothing. I mean, somebody had a barbecue. I'm telling you, within 5 days, we had tents set up, several tents, we had barbecues, we had cook stoves, we had so much food that we were turning it down. And you heard the lies about us stealing food from the homeless? Yeah. Well, that's only because it was given to us first and then we had to go and donate it. No. We supplied churches with everything you can imagine. We supplied the food banks with everything that you could have. And we did that because we had too much, so we shared.
God bless you!
Thank you. And now I'm going to tell something that, I'm going to touch on a topic here which is really sensitive at the moment. We had so many people from Poland. We had so many people from Ukraine. We had a lot of people from Russia and all of the other countries, sorry I can't remember them all, coming to us. And you know what they did? They begged us. I'm not kidding. They begged us not to quit, not to stop. Why? Because we're about to lose everything. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
And they know. And you know what they said to me? We have nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go after Canada falls.
That's right.
We need to stand up strong. I'm going to actually skip half of what was going on here because I don't want to speak too long. But that is the most important thing that you could ever think about. They're begging us to stay. They brought us money. They brought us food. There was some of them that drove in from Toronto, 5 hours away. Brought us hot food, believe it or not. Delivered the hot food and then drove all the way back to Toronto.
Yeah!
That's dedication that I'm talking about. That's sacrifice that I'm talking about. And you want to sacrifice some more and you want dedication, you better get ready to fight. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all you people that think you can sit here and rally and just get away with it. We've got to do a little bit more. I stood on the front line facing these cops when they decided they were going to clear Ottawa out. And it was not pleasant. I was there when the horses ran over that lady and the other people that are hidden. And the people that we were facing, I have no idea where they came from. They had uniforms which were non-denominational. I'll use that word. How's that? You didn't know who they were. And there's no proof they were UN. They could have been mercenaries, they could have been UN. They had no emotions and they didn't care. And they just came at us. I had one had my arm. But luckily I had some friends there that were pulling me back, and because I won't quit. That's dedication and sacrifice, but I'm not the number one person. There's a lot more people that do a lot more than I do. But you have to remember, you've got to be ready. You've got to say to yourselves tonight, you've got to sacrifice, and you have to be dedicated, and you have to do something. You know why? See these young people here all around? That's who we're fighting for. That's You throw me in jail now, what the heck? Well, you can't have these kids thrown in jail. You can't have them losing their freedom, so we need to fight now. So that was the tough part. They were coming for us and they were moving their way down. We had to bug out twice. We tore down everything, moved out of town an hour away. We set up camp, drones were going overhead, cops were sitting on the side of the road. We bugged out again. Then the Mohawks came in and said they're gonna start fighting with us. Why? Because that lady that was run over that supposedly threw that bicycle in front of the horses, that was her walker. And she was a Mohawk elder. Now they're ticked.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll stay ticked and join us. So at any rate, that's just a very shallow bit of the most important event in Canadian history. I've moved it up to the most important event. I know I said it was one of them. Or maybe it's because I was there, I don't know. Any rate, just get ready to fight, because we're in a war. This COVID, the mandates, the vaccines, the masks. That's not the war. That's just a little battle.
Yeah.
The globalists, the elite, the Illuminati, the New World Order, the ones that run the Economic Forum, they're running the UN.
Yeah.
They've already stated online that they're going to kill 90% of the people on the planet.
That's right.
So, get ready to fight.
Right on.
Yeah, God bless you, Brother Chris! Canadian Patriot!
Some of the stuff that he says, if you haven't gone and done a 6-day tour all the way to Ontario, you don't know quite what that road's like. It takes a lot of conviction, dedication, determination to get in your car, give up what you got, and head to Ottawa. I've been making a sacrifice since September. I don't think I've had my son down here one day out of the last 6 weeks, but I come here every Sunday. I come here to meet people like you. I go Saturday because I have really a rough week of 5 days where I think the world's gonna end. I'm trying to run a business. I've got employees, but it's Saturday and Sunday that kind of gives me more strength to go the next week. I go Saturday. Yesterday was quite an entertainment show they put on.
Yeah.
Who was there yesterday in Calgary?
Yeah.
It was pretty amazing to watch what happened down there, but we got to keep going. We got to keep showing up. You got to have dedication. What was the other thing, Chris? Where is he? Sacrifice. That's the number one word. I've sacrificed every single week since September where I can't see my children because I'm doing it for my kids. I could really right now take my company and go to the States and run away. I really could. I could move down there, operate on the phone, from the phone, and still get the job done here that I need to do. But I'd be running away. I'd be running away from my kids, from everybody here, the town my parents grew up, my wife's parents grew up in, and I don't think I'm ready to do that. So sacrifice. We gotta keep showing up. We gotta keep bringing our friends out here. It's important. If people don't understand what the UBI, the Universal Basic Income, is gonna do to your taxes, you need to read it. You need to look it up. If you don't know what's gonna happen with the digital ID that they're trying to implement, Saskatchewan announced it 2 days ago. They're coming out with a digital ID. It incorporates everything that your driver's license, your healthcare card, your banking information, your credit. It incorporates everything. We need to know what this information is. And the most important thing, get local. Today, Deborah has announced that she's also part of Action for Canada for this whole region. The biggest thing you can do here right now, and I live just up the hill outside of Cochrane, but I'm still going to put on my name on the mailing list. Get your name on that mailing list. If 50% of this town that have the power to vote are on that email list, we can keep people informed as to what they're doing at the city council, because you can't be, you're busy. You got families, you got lives, you want to travel, you want to do all these things. So let Action for Canada and the local chapter keep you abreast by email on what the City Council here in Cochrane is trying to do. If they're trying to do stuff that most people wouldn't agree with, but you don't have time to really look into it, let them inform you. It's important. So add your name to that list after we do the walk today. Get informed. Stay in touch with everybody in this community, and then when shit goes sideways, we're all connected and we can say no more.
That's right. Enough is enough.
So with that said, let's do a walk. Right? Who's ready?